So, hey everyone, it's Cheeky here, and today we'll be looking at a replay sent in by Cigans in his Centurion AX. So, he's gonna show us how to play Erlenberg standard game this time. So, Centurion X, I always thought this tank looked pretty, but for goodness sake, Cigans, put some camo on it, man. So, he said that this was a game during his remark session, and as you're gonna see, it's gonna be his last game because he's gonna do very well, which will enable him to get the third mark. Spoilers, but who cares. So he goes to this central position I like to play as well on standard game mode. How Erlenberg works is usually that just like the team that spawns south goes right, and the team that spawns north goes castle, and then it's just a camp out, so you can get a lot of assistant damage and things like that. So as we can see, he spotted most of the enemies, them crossing here, so he got a shot into the side of an IS-7. Unfortunately, he ate a shot with his face as well. You see he's getting some spotting for that 50B he spotted on the right. So we can see that the mouse is trying to come back supposedly to defend. Unfortunately, this only tracks the VZ. Again, his assistance total is at 1000 already. Now he gets some nice side shots at this mouse crossing the bridge like a little, I don't know, dummy or something. Whatever. He puts another shot into him. And guys, please don't do that. Like, you just need to stay on your side of the river. It's really simple. Like, don't cross like that more on there. You just like, there's no way to retreat now because Cigans is in this strong position. He puts another shot into that 50B who was supposedly aiming at him. And yeah, as you can see, this position is really strong because you can just like spot everything across the river, and you can get some side shots at people trying to defend from these locations here, or alternatively from this house here. And this position can be countered only by someone like going into this position here by these houses, so he's fine until someone comes there. You can see that the mouse has his ass sticking out, so he puts a nice heat shell into the back of his tank. And we can see this Conqueror is trying to counter him, but he's doing it the wrong way. He's just in the open now, and he's just gonna get farmed by his campers behind him. Yeah, as you can see, he's kind of stuck here. I don't know how that bounced. That was an APCR round, but okay. He's gonna go for the tracking shot. He detracks the S-Conqueror, which will enable his teammates to get some more damage into him. As we can see, his assistance damage total is up to 2.5k already. You can see that this E100 on the right is trying to make his way towards the river, but Cigans just tracks him nicely in the open. Someone should be able to finish him off. Yeah, there we go. VZ finishes him off. And we can see that this IS-7 is doing a bit better, but he's still not in the right position. The right position is like here by these houses. You have some openings there you can shoot through. You can see he destroyed this house in order to be able to spot people camping by that house, or alternatively even shoot them. So the Centurion X, in my opinion, is kind of, it isn't really in the meta because it's just the worst version of the pattern in pretty much every way except the speed. I mean, before the pattern got buffed, it had better turret armor, you know. I guess it has one extra degree of gun depression, and the gun is a bit more accurate, but that's it. It loses that DPM, it loses that gun handling, which is the biggest issue with this tank. And the tank is just like huge now compared to the pattern. The pattern got smaller. And I mean, just the turret armor isn't as good as on the pattern. And we can see that 113 is hiding behind that house, so his allies are shooting him. So what this Batchet is trying to do, he's trying to spot these campers, but it's not working for him because all of his team went back, so no one's shooting them, I guess, and this VZ seems to just be kind of YOLOing him to finish him off, which is kind of good. He has a nice little timeout here to brag about his third mark battle. Now it's just like a bit of a stalemate. Each team is waiting for the other team to push, which is why people don't like Erlenberg standard mode. I personally like Erlenberg, especially the assault mode. I mean, most maps work better in assault mode in my opinion because they're more dynamic. So we can see that the Centurion crosses, unfortunately, for free. He's trying to spot that E100 for these heavies behind him, but it's not working out for him, I guess. He's kind of lucky that no one went here, because that's a pretty good position to counter the bridge push. So we can see this VZ is pushing over, that shell goes into the bridge for some reason, I don't know. As I said, the gun handling on this tank isn't as good as the pattern. A little spoiler, tomorrow we're gonna have my pattern replay, which you're gonna see it's very interesting. And now this Centurion and VZ are trying to kill that E100, though that E100 has some support by that mouse and the MX50V on the hill. So he puts a side shot, and I believe that the mouse shot him once. So the Centurion is now one shot. If he backs up, he's dead. We can see that that Panzer is like sitting there in that hole. So like the thing is, how you break Erlenberg encampment. No, okay, never mind. Is you don't do what the enemy team did. Is like they just all stood here, spotted by cigans, and got farmed. Or alternatively, some of them went to cross this bridge. You never cross the south bridge if you're north spawn. Never, because you just die. Because it's in the open and you can just get farmed by these TDs. You need to try to take the middle, that's the most important thing. And then you can alternatively push over the north bridge, because as you can see, you have some more cover in the form of this little town and this here as well. I think that Cigans is now a bit worried about that Yak Panzer on the left, but he's gonna finish off the Centurion, which allows him to play a bit more safely now, a bit more aggressively, because he can peek a bit more aggressively because there's no one spotting him from the right. We can see that Batchet is still in that position, and now he has some support by that TVP, and that VZ is trying to fall back, and again he does it for free, except, yeah, never mind, he got shot by his campers behind him. So we can see that Cigans is up to almost 6k damage and 6000 assistance damage, which is a really good game already. So now this Panzer is being a bit more aggressive, but he's gonna try to put a shot into that VZ running away. Unfortunately, it misses again. It's as if that VZ has some scripts for dodging those shells, right guys? Yeah, I think, yeah, he's gonna fire a blind shot. I'm not sure if that hit. You guys can check on the post-game stats, because I'm probably gonna forget about that. So now he's just trying to get into a position where he can shoot that Panzer. So he's going a bit more forward here so we can get a better angle on him. As we can see, he succeeds in doing that and puts a nice shot into the side of his turret. So now he's loading some heat rounds, and you see those little things below the Panzer's turret, like from the side. It's always a weak spot, even when he's side scraping. It can always be penned. So the enemy Centurion killed the 263 for some reason. I don't know what's going on the enemy team. Well, you can see those little like things below the turret, like extensions of the turret, are huge frontal, and I mean you can see them from almost anywhere on that tank. So he finishes off the Panzer, and now it's time to farm some more damage. Now he's just stopping for a second to brag about his damage again. So yeah, he's just gonna cross the bridge now. and he's gonna try to deal with this 50B. This is where you should go to counter the position Cigans was in, because you can side scrape behind this house on his left, and you can just shoot him there without getting farmed by TDs and people camping on the right side. So now this is a kind of a not favorable engagement for him. However, he just, like, the 50B isn't pushing him, so it's fine for him to just try to trade shots with him, even though he trades, like, 50B manages to damage him only once, which is very good. Now he's just gonna shoot the Centurion here and miss. What can you do, RNG? STRV finishes him off. Now he's going for this TVP and BIS7, and we can see that he is still pretty healthy. So what you should do at the end of every game is trade some of your HP for damage, because I mean you won't need it in the next battle, because obviously this TVP is now stopping, and again this is not the favorable engagement for the TVP. And we can see that he gets penned in the turret, which is, let's actually see where that penned. Yeah, as you can see, it penned like right next to the gun, because this tank doesn't even have a gun mantlet. However, there are always, even when it's using its 10 degrees of gun depression, there's some flat points, and now he gets pretty lucky. He bounces 2 shots from the TVP. Even though he did everything right, he wiggled and made his chances the best they can be to bounce that shot, and he's again typing in chat his damage, and he finishes off the last enemy tank for the top gun. So now let's take a quick look at the post-game stats. So here's the end result. So it was a victory. We can see he got his 3rd mark from this game. Ace Tanker, no one cares about these badges. A Patrol Duty, Scout for spotting 8 or more enemy vehicles. Confederate, High Caliber, and Top Gun. He did close to 9,000 damage, 8,900, 6 kills for a Top Gun. 1769 base XP, which is a lot for a tier 10. Yeah, don't mind the title. 70k profit. At the end, he got 6.3k spotting assistance. So guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.